It's about your Charlie. He tried to get me into bed.
I think it's time you invest in a butler.
I can't believe Marco's leaving. Maybe he'll hate LA. Yeah. All the beaches and the warm weather and the D-cup models banging out his door, begging him for roles. I'm sure he'll be in agony.
Please stop it. I don't think Marco could ever be that shallow.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to hear all about my best friend who I haven't seen since graduation. What the hell have you been up to anyway?
Target practice.
Ross, it's Eli. Todd and Taya just told me you're alive. Call me as soon as you get this, bro.
Hi.
I have news.
So you found something?
I found a whole lot of somethings. And I've got to think that one of them is going to lead us to your mother's killer.
Evangeline, if part of you is still left in there, if by some chance you can hear me through all these machines, I need you to know that I never stopped loving you. I mean it. I love you, and I always will. And I want you in my life. Always. And I'd do anything if I could save your mom and Layla from having to decide whether to keep you hooked up to these machines or to turn them off.
You lied to me.
You don't know what you're talking about. Give me that.
No! You owe me an explanation.
I owe you no such thing. This is my house, and I will run it as I please.
You swore up and down that Evangeline didn't have a living will.
She doesn't!
Then what is this? That says living will, huh? It has Evangeline's name all over it. How could you keep this a secret? How could you have violated Vange like this?
Somebody please make the room stop spinning. I feel like I'm on a tilt-a-wheel. I feel like, shh, please stop talking. Sound hurts. I know, but it's the only thing keeping me from heaving. Oh, I'm sick again too. I can't remember the last time I wasn't. Where are the doctors already? I don't know. This is ridiculous. I am calling Mom. No, she's on the board. It's about time she throws her weight around here.
Crying out loud. Coitus interruptus. It can be brutal. Vicky, you take a breather. I'll take care of Dorian. All right, we want romance, not a threesome, so out you go.
So help me, if you touch me, I'll scream bloody murder.
Oh, nobody's gonna scream anything. Now, David.
All right, I'll put her out the back door so you and I can get back to our hot...
Murder! Oh, for heaven's sake!
Foreplay.
Murder!
Murder leads to death. Foreplay leads to the little death. Remember how that works? Let me give you a little visual demonstration, Dorian. It goes a little something like this.
No, wait, you can't call Mom. She'll just want to come here and hold our hands.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, we can't. What if what we have is contagious? We can't risk giving it to her for a heart condition.
I still think it's food poisoning.
What, from David Vickers' muffins?
Everything was fine until we tried his cooking.
Yeah, but he ate one right in front of us and he's not sick.
Oh, that's not saying much.
Oh, David, please lay off.
You want me to do a few nude poses to get you back in the mood?
How could you? Dorian, just calm down, okay?
Depravity, that's what it is.
What are you talking about? You and I have done a lot more in less time and smaller spaces.
You be quiet.
To think that I was motivated to do a good deed, and so I dropped everything and came over here, only to see this specter. And I wanted to tell you about Charles.
Oh, come on, hot stuff. We know all about you and Charles.
What about us?
The two of you are shacking up.
Who the hell told you that?
Speak of the devil.
Go ahead. Tell Langston about your itchy trigger finger.
Why don't you get out of our faces? What are you, stalking Langston?
No, she wouldn't want that.
Oh, don't make me barf. Now you're worried about what Langston wants?
Relax. I know she doesn't want me in her life. She's free to go back to Marco if she wants. Wait, what?
He's gonna find out anyway.
Find out what?
Marco's going to UCLA. He's leaving.
What are you talking about? There's a leaving. How did you find out? We have to go to California. I know exactly. Eli.
Oh, hi.
I didn't know you were here.
Let's go, Kelly. Rex? Yes, Blair and I were just celebrating with Sam out by the pool.
So Blair said yes, you guys are engaged?
Guilty as charged.
That's great. Congratulations.
Hey, way to go. You're a lucky man. Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Oh, I kept telling Blair that she would be crazy not to snap you up.
Which makes you my favorite future in-law and entitles you to a lifetime of all the free legal counseling you can get.
Wow. That couldn't hurt, could it?
You're calm.
What do we have here?
My mother's killer. Bennett Thompson.
No, I shouldn't say this without Layla, but the thing is, I've fallen in love with her, Bench. I didn't mean to. I actually tried not to, but it happened anyway. Layla means so much to me that I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. I used to think it'd be you and me, but it's me and Layla instead, and we're moving forward. So it would really mean a lot if you came back to us, because we really don't want to leave you behind.
You kept your distance ever since Evangeline was hurt. Gallivanting all around, playing in high fashion and whatever else, while Evangeline lay there not moving day after day. And now you want to play devoted sister?
You know how much I love Evangeline.
Where were you while I was taking care of her? While I fed her, while I bathed her, took care of her, made her comfortable, kept her alive.
Against her wishes. It says right here, this declaration reflects my commitment to refuse life-sustaining treatment.
That piece of paper has no bearing on this situation.
I direct that treatment be limited to measures to keep me comfortable and to relieve pain, including any pain that might occur by withholding or withdrawing life-sustaining treatment. I do not want cardiac resuscitation. I do not want mechanical respiration. I do not want tube feeding.
That's not the whole story.
It has her signature. What more do you need to know? Evangeline doesn't want to be hooked up to those machines. She wants us to let her go.
I've never felt so powerless. I can't help you, and I don't know how to help Layla. We're so close to being happy, but I know she's holding back. It's not your fault. feels guilty about the two of us being together. And I try to tell her that it's okay, but that's a lie. Because, I have the same guilt. You're fading away, and here I am, eating so bad for you to tell us that it's okay to move on. Every instinct in me tells me that you'd want us to be happy. I need to know for sure. I don't know if my gut is good enough. Only I can't know. And you can't tell me, so where does that leave us?
Wow, I wish I had known that you could get inside your sister's head. Would have saved me a whole lot of time. I mean, I could have flipped the switch on Evangeline a long time ago.
God, Mom, the last thing I want is to lose Evangeline like this. Not like this, but it is not our choice. This is proof of what she wanted.
It's proof of nothing. Look closer. It hasn't been dated or witnessed. It's not notarized, filed, nothing.
Just because she didn't get a chance to do any of that does not
All
mean...
that piece of paper says to me is that she thought about it, but not enough to make it official.
It's just a technicality.
I don't care what it is! I will not put my daughter to death based on a clue.
Mom, what if she's already gone?
I hired Rex to look into my mother's murder. Now, I think maybe if we can all put our heads together, we can figure out what my next move is.
Wow, I had no idea your investigation was so far along as to ID a killer. You mentioned a name?
Right now, Bennett Thompson is a person of interest, that's all.
And how did you connect this guy to the murders? How did he fall into the mix?
My mother told us.
Oh, does this mean we're finally gonna be seen?
I'm sorry for the delay. It's been a busy day. How are we feeling?
False alarm.
That bad, huh? Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take you, Jessica. You're gonna come with me. I'm gonna get another colleague to see you, Natalie. We'll each perform examinations, check you out, compare notes, and find out what's got you both so sick.
Save time. Ugh. Take these. Get him down to the lab, run a tox screen on him, check for heavy metals, arsenic, chromates.
In the muffins.
Yes, and call poison control because these muffins have gotten around.
God knows what they've done to people.
Vicky, how could you? What did you expect, Charlie? You think Vicky's just gonna sit on her hands while you and Dorian flop around in bed like a couple of spent salmon?
Is that what you told them, Charlie? That you and I, that we were...
Knocking boots? Cleaning the pipes? Bumping uglies?
It's a lie. Now, Charlie, you tell them what you said to me. That you care about me, that it's over with Vicky, and that you're afraid of competing with David.
No one would argue with that.
And I told Charles that I would never interfere in Victoria's marriage.
Victoria's marriage? You mean Vicky? My Vicky?
Knock that off.
Oh, come on, you don't actually expect me to believe that you care about my Vicky.
Of course not, because nobody ever believes anything I say. No, but perhaps I can trust that Charles, being a gentleman, he will confess that he wasn't telling the truth.
Okay. Now, you want the truth? You think you can handle the truth? Okay, fine. The truth is...
Charlie wasn't lying.
He wasn't?
No. He didn't leave me. And he most certainly did not take up with Dorian. I'm sorry, David. I made it all up.
I feel like I'm watching Lost. Does anyone know what's going on now?
Okay. Charlie never told me that he and Dorian are together because they're not. Okay?
Oh, I get it now. So you were just saying that stuff so that you could lure this boy toy into bed
No,
with you?
sweetheart.
What?
Forget it. Give it up. The jig is up. Okay. Dorian, Charlie coming on to you and me coming on to you, David, it was all fake.
No, that can't be right.
Yes, it can, and it is. Look, my wife has zero interest in you.
No, that's not true. I know when a woman's got the hots for me. And Vicky was about to rock my world.
Charles wanted to put mine into orbit.
Yeah, I faked it.
So did I.
You did not.
Yes, we did.
We had to.
You two have been wreaking havoc in our lives for far too long.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. We're turning into page 6.
Come on. First it was Charliein'.
Yeah, and now, how soon until it becomes Dickie? Well, that doesn't sound right, but yeah, we had to act. And not just for our own sake.
No, it was for the two of you, for heaven's sakes. You two are miserable without each other. You belong together.
Yeah, now everybody knows it. I mean, you just needed a little nudge.
So we just had to pretend to be interested in you so that you would realize you didn't want anyone else. You just wanted each other.
Yeah. And now it's out in the open.
Right. So you can admit it. You two are madly in love with each other.
So Marco's going to UCLA?
Yeah, find someplace else to celebrate.
Well, I just hope he is. UCLA film, right? That's a kick-ass school. Marco's a lucky guy. They rejected me, you know.
I wish you did the same.
You know what, Star? I don't know how my brother went all those days without being driven to murder.
Wait, what? You have a brother?
Yeah. He's the guy that Star put a hole in.
Sorry, I'm not following it. It sounded like you just said you heard from your mother.
Well, not literally. I mean, I didn't hire a medium, although that still is on the table.
So what was it, a journal entry or a letter or something?
Something like that. It was staring me in the face the whole time. My mother's face.
The vase?
Yeah. I never would have made the connection if Reed hadn't shattered the thing.
So then the message
Was a slip of paper inside the vase saying Bennett Thompson.
I see.
I've been tracking down Bennett Thompson's ever since. That's what I came here to talk to Kelly about.
So you say you have some kind of solid lead? Is that right?
Well, I've got a list of every Bennett Thompson in the country. We just have to figure out where to start looking.
So, that is where your brilliant legal mind comes into play. Any ideas?
Well,
What is it?
really want my legal advice.
Of course I do.
Let this go. Drop the whole thing.
I'm not gonna get an answer from you this time, am I? Last time I saw you, I held your hand and I asked you if it was okay to move on. I felt like you were with me somehow. Listening. I felt like you found a way to reach me and tell me that it was okay. That's not gonna happen this time, is it? You're not coming back.
I know this is hard to hear. I know you love Vange more than anything. I love her too, but she's slipping away, Mom.
No, she still has brain activity.
But she cannot live without those machines. It's half a life. I mean, even without this document, do you really think it's what Evangeline wanted for herself? Is this what you want for her?
Any life is better than none.
Better for Vange or for you? We have to be brave for her. We have to do the thing we know in our hearts she wants, even if it means losing her.
See, that's the difference between us. In my heart, my daughter is still as strong as ever. But she needs help, and I'm willing to give it. You aren't. So that piece of paper is useless, worthless. You can go ahead, take it to the hospital. Feel free to help them fight to kill your sister. Stop saying that. But make no mistake, I will not let my daughter die on my watch. You understand? So you can try to use that if you like. Or we can take it and tear it up and decide to move on together. But before you decide, you better make sure you know.
Be sure I know what?
That if you make the wrong decision, your sister's blood will be on your hands. Can you live with that?
If you don't mind, then I told the nurses that I'd take care of this tonight. At least it's something I could do, right? Maybe I'm not totally useless.
When did all this start?
This morning with the muffins.
Yes, the muffins, they're being tested.
I've never heard of bad muffins causing this kind of reaction.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for everything.
I'll let you know if the lab turns up any foreign substances in the blueberries.
Let's rule out other causes.
What ails you?
What doesn't?
Oh, my head is killing me. I'm exhausted. These cramps are murder. When I'm not puking, I'm starving. Do they have sloppy joes in the cafeteria today? And I'm a little, backed up.
And that nurse wouldn't even give me an aspirin.
Sorry.
Mood swings, check.
Okay, open your mouth wide. Yeah, give me another. Yeah, I'm gonna send a nurse in to collect a blood sample and
I'll put in a rush order on those test results.
I'll go run it down by the lab.
Better make a diagnosis.
I'll wait for the blood test to come back, but I'm pretty confident I know what she's got.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's time for you two to kiss and make up.
Kiss?
Make up
With Dorian?
with this lecherous lout.
I'd rather sip strychnine.
This is the most asinine, imbecilic plot ever conceived.
What she said.
I mean, did you really think we were simpletons, Vicky? That we could be manipulated into a reconciliation by these bumbling flirtations?
It's gonna take more than that. Whole bottle of tequila more. I thought you knew me.
I confided in you, Charlie.
You humiliated me. I thought you wanted me.
David, I'm sorry. I did not mean to hurt you.
I thought you were toying with my body, and it turns out you were toying with my emotions.
It came from a place of genuine caring, because I hope you know I really, really like you. But we had to make sure you two took your blinders off.
Yeah, maybe we went about it the wrong way, but I mean, otherwise you never would have listened.
No, we had to sort of help you along.
Admit it. You ran away from me because you really want David.
And you really love Dorian.
That is absolutely untrue.
Yeah, wrong answer.
I have never loathed anybody more.
Wait, did you say loved or?
Loathed. Loathed.
And I loathe you plus one.
Wait, you have a brother? And you shot him? Can you leave already?
Sure, as long as you promise not to shoot me in the back. Langston, I am sorry about Marco.
can't believe it. Okay, focus. Sorry. It's just, I mean, he never said anything about having a brother. Trust me, they couldn't be more different. Meaning, James is actually a good guy. But from what I heard, this James guy carjacked you and Hope, kept you on the run from some bounty hunter until he wound up dead, and then you ended up shooting this good guy. So how is he not worse than Ford?
Rex, can you give us a minute, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll go say hi to Blair and Sam.
Not the answer you wanted to hear?
No, it's not. And to be honest, it's not even an option. My mother was murdered. And you want me to back off and just to let it be?
Kelly, the police concluded that your mother died of natural causes.
And I happen to believe they're wrong. Mitch Lawrence, Allison Perkins.
Oh, you can't seriously be giving those two lunatics any credence.
There was also Rodney, who witnessed my mother's death.
Who is also a mental patient. Now, far be it from me to derail something so important to you, Kelly, but you asked for my opinion, and I'm just trying to be straight with you.
See, I still don't see a good reason why I should give this up.
Because I have counseled many clients with very similar cases to yours. They do the same dance, Kelly, for years. It never ends well.
Okay, so your expert legal advice is for me to throw in the towel before I try.
These people end up hollowed, with nothing to show for their lives but desperation and sadness. And I don't want to see that happen to you.
I'm a big girl now.
Yes, you are. But you're also about to be my family. I'm sorry. Those are my 2 cents.
And I appreciate it. I will keep that in mind. But I'm also going to keep going, and I'm going to find my mother's killer. I'm going to find him, and I'm going to make him pay, and I would like your help in doing that. So what do you say, guys?
Where did you find this?
My mother swore to me Vange didn't have a living will, but she did. It's all there in black and white, but my mom had no intention of honoring her wishes. She was going to keep making these decisions for Vange, knowing it had nothing to do with what she really wanted.
Well, maybe your mom didn't know she had it. You know, with all your sister's stuff, you know, sometimes things get lost in the shuffle.
Or burned in the fireplace. When I got there, she was about to light it on fire.
What?
It was terrible. I had to tear it out of her hands.
God, Layla, I'm sorry.
And here I am trying to do what's right for my sister, and my mom keeps accusing me of wanting to kill her. How can she even think that?
Nobody's thinking clearly.
Isn't that what this is supposed to be for? To tell us what to do? So why isn't anything clear?
How's the Wi-Fi in here?
Good, I just installed a new router. You sticking around?
What choice do I have? Blair's gonna want you in the wedding.
Well, I don't think you need to worry about that.
You let me be the judge, okay? I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to keep you safe. So what do we have here?
Well, I put together a list of all the known living Bennett Thompsons.
That is some list.
They are spread all over the country, so the question is, where do we start?
All right, well, I've been thinking, aside from Bennett Thompson, the only other lead we have died with your friend Rodney. So what if we could connect the two?
Well, I don't know. The administration at the sanitarium said they didn't have anything. No family, no last known address, nothing.
But you found something on Rodney when he died.
A baseball card. Carl Yastrzemski.
Of the Boston Red Sox.
So what?
Well, I did some digging, and I found out that Rodney was from Boston.
Nice work. All we have to do is make a connection and find out.
I already did. There are 3 Bennett Thompsons in the Boston area. Might as well start there.
James might not be the most upstanding guy, but he looked out for me. When? When he wasn't getting you mixed up in Grand Theft Auto or shootouts? I mean, I can only guess what Cole had to say when he found out what you've been up to. Well, we had a few conversations about it. Is everything okay? Oh, things were not okay long before James showed up. But we're dealing with it, with what Cole did to my dad and what Hannah did to everyone. But now Cole is wondering what's going on between James and me. Well, what's going on is you put the guy in the hospital and you feel bad about it. Sounds pretty straightforward if you ask me, right?
Grandiose, self-righteous, judgmentalism, yes. That I expect from you, Vicky. But this juvenilia... Really, if David and I wanted to be together, we'd be together.
Yeah!
We don't need anyone's help.
I'm the picture of independence.
We're adults.
People tell me I ought to be an adult all the time.
We know how to communicate.
I'm an actor. I communicate for a living.
We are in touch with our feelings.
One of my therapists says that I have enough feelings for 3 people.
If and when the day comes that we explore a reunion...
And it may or may not come.
It won't be because of trickery.
No, it'll be because you're meant for each other.
Exactly. I meant no.
I think I'm getting confused.
You know, it sounds to me like you guys aren't very sure of yourself. So, Vicky, why don't we give them a little space?
For what purpose?
So that you can figure out how you really feel about each other.
What's to figure out? Right?
Right. Vicky, once again, you have lowered yourself to the level of your brother Todd.
Charles.
I'm appalled. You have shown that you are dishonest and disloyal, and these are traits that I will not put up with in my personal life or my professional life. Therefore, Charles, you're fired.
You can't just fire Charlie.
That's right, I have a contract.
With a morals clause.
But he hasn't done anything wrong.
Why don't we try that in the court of public opinion? I would adore to drag the name of Cheeky through the mud.
And how would that be any different from what we've been going through for the last few months?
Tell him, Vicky.
She's right. It can get a lot worse.
How?
You ever been shot with a 12300 2.8 millimeter?
I've never even heard of a gun like that.
Gun? It's a telephoto lens. Murder after a chemical peel, by the way.
Charles, Victoria, I hope you've learned your lesson. Leave the scheming to the schemers. Speaking of which, I really am very, very sorry that you were drawn into this childish game. You really do deserve better friends.
She is absolutely right. I have never been this humiliated in my entire life, so I'm sure you can expect that I'm going to need some space from you, Vicky. Some serious space. I'll be in my room in the South Wing.
So, got a plan B?
There's nothing between James and me. God, you sound like Cole. Okay, I'm just checking. I mean, look, I know I basically stomped all over our friendship this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if you felt like you needed to hold back from me. I'm just saying I'd be okay with it. We have stuff that we need to work through in order for it to be the way that it used to be, but you're my best friend. That hasn't changed and it never will. I'm so glad to hear you say that. And don't worry, I will never let anyone or any Ford come between us ever again. Me neither.
So what have we got on these Bennett Thompsons?
Well, just the basics. Social security numbers, occupations, addresses. They seem pretty run-of-the-mill. One's in marketing, one's a teacher, one's a lawyer.
I don't get it. You know, I thought the whole point of a living will was so Evangeline could lay out exactly what kind of treatment she wanted.
That is the point. And Vange made it clear in that document that she didn't want to be hooked up to those machines, but my mom says it doesn't matter because it wasn't witnessed or filed. So, no doctor can overrule her. I don't know what to do.
Do you think if Evangeline really wanted to do what's in this living will? Okay, then there's only one thing we can do. We call a lawyer.
Excuse me?
Hello?
Yes, this is Lisa Williamson. You don't know me, but I really hope you can help. I'm trying to get in touch with Bennett Thompson.
Did he seem worried to you? Dr. Evans? I don't think he's ever broken a sweat in front of a patient before. What about your guy? I couldn't tell, but I don't think he bought the whole muffin theory. I just wish those tests would come back already. Oh, he's back. I gotta go. Me too. Good luck.
I have your test results back.
Have you lost it?
Okay, all right.
It wasn't the muffins.
Are you sure?
We ran a full battery of tests.
Now, the muffins are clean and quite good, I might add. Kudos to the chef.
If it's not food poisoning, then that means it's gotta be something really awful.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
Is it my hep C?
No, I'm happy to report you're still in remission.
Then what's wrong with me? Give it to me straight, Doc. I want to know.
You're pregnant.